YouTube channel. That is the noise of the Irish summer outside. Rain, torrential. And I'm only after finished painting my chairs. I have 2 projects for you in this video. Sorry, I've also had my lunch probably in my face. I have 2 projects in this video. One is some outdoor cushions made. I'm laughing because it's lashing. I made outdoor cushions from a laminated painting sheet. So what you would get in your hardware store in the, like, it's to protect your floor when you're painting. So I used that to make some cushions to put on my new chairs that I also painted in this video, that I can't go out and sit on because it's torrential Irish summer. There will be timestamps, and if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Welcome to the community. A lot of people watching my videos are not actually subscribed, and they say they lose me and then they find me again on YouTube, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I hope you enjoy this video. To make our outdoor cushions, we're going to be using some laminated cotton fabric. So this is painter's cloth or drop cloth, but you can see that the inside has like a lamination to it, and that's going to give us some protection from a light shower. I'm also going to be using some old pillows that I had, and I'm just going to be folding them in half. If you do want to make these, I am using a thicker thread, just something that a thread kind of like you would use on denim, just because the fabric is a little bit thicker. So I am just making my shape. So I'm going to pop the measurements that I used on top, but obviously it's going to be different depending on the size of your pillows. I'm also using the existing hem on the drop cloth, and for that other hem I just used a scalloped edged shears so that it won't fray. But this laminated fabric, it doesn't fray as much as like a normal cotton. So I've measured the 2 sides, and I'm doing a straight stitch down both of them before I make the flap on top. Before turning it the right way out, I just clip the corners so you get a nice pointy edge. And now you'll see when I turn it the right way out, I'll have to just fold and straight stitch the excess fabric on either side, which you'll see me do now. The Velcro that I am using is actually a self-sticky Velcro. So some Velcro you have to stitch it on. You could also use like your glue gun, but this one actually it dries itself, so there's like an adhesive already on the back. So I'm just lining it up. Now, a little mistake that I actually made is I didn't have enough Velcro for my 2 cushions. If you're making these yourself, use a Velcro strip that goes across the whole length and not just like the middle bit that I have done. I only did this just because I didn't have enough Velcro and I wanted to finish the project for you. So Velcro the whole side. Now, I am also making mine fancy. So I'm using my Cricut, and I'm just using some iron-on vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, I think that's what it's properly called. And I just pulled some designs that's already in the Design Space studio. I'm not really good at making my own, so I tend to just grab what's already there. And I just printed it and I weeded it. Now the designs I picked, there was a little bit of weeding to do. So once all the weeding was done, I lined it up on the fabric, and I went with like a 150-degree setting. I was a little bit nervous of the laminated fabric on the inside if it was going to melt, but it didn't. So I'm just using the heat mat, and I warmed the fabric first, then I stuck the design down, and then I peeled it off. And I won't lie, I'm always too eager, and you're supposed to wait for it to cool down before you peel, but I get too excited. But do wait for it to cool down before you peel it. And then I popped in my pillows. So I used 1 pillow just folded in half to stick in, but you can totally customize this project to whatever size you want. So I am giving my 2 outdoor chairs a quick lick of paint. I'm using the leftover painter sheet. Now, I did use that Kiprenol shade in Pale Jasmine, but I'm not a massive fan of this paint. I find it's a little bit watery, and I probably would have used it, I should have used it in my spray gun, because it is nice and thin, but like the paint, it just takes a bit of the coverage isn't as good as other paints that I have used, so just a heads up. However, it was good value, so if you're looking for like a good value outdoor paint, this is cheap and cheerful, but you may have to use a little bit more because the coverage wasn't great. So I'm just giving you the heads up. So I gave 2 coats of pale jasmine, and then you'll see that the heavens opened.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if
So this is the reason why you always bring a raincoat when you visit Ireland in June. You know what? Thankfully the paint, oh no, thankfully it was, when the sun was out, it was really warm and there was a great wind, so my chairs did dry, but then the heavens opened, which is, that's an Irish summer for you.
sky is falling down.
So that's all I can kind of do for this video. I did buy myself a little fire pit, one of the ones out home store and bought for like 30 quid, and I need to assemble it, but there's no more gardening for today. According to Google Weather, it's like 90% chance of rain for the rest of the day, so I think I'll just start editing this video and then I'll insert clips of the finished chair when it's drier. Obviously my cushion, I need to test the full rain transparency of them. So if you do make these, I would say they would be shower proof, not torrential rain proof. So I plan on just popping them under the chair when I'm finished using them. I wouldn't leave them out like over winter and stuff, or leave them in kind of torrential rain. I think when you're finished with them, pop them in a box just to get longer out of them, or pop it under the chair so if it does rain, they're not getting like as wet. Generally things that are made for outdoors, they do deteriorate over time, so just kind of use like your common sense. But I say these are definitely splash proof, so if you forget to leave them, like if you leave them out and forget about them, they'll survive. But I wouldn't purposely intentionally leave them out all the time. But I'll let you know, I'll keep you updated how they wear. I'm just not going to test it today in that shower. I'm actually reading a book, this is slightly off topic. I'm reading a book called The Turning of the Year, Lore and Legends of the Irish Seasons. Ethne Massey? Ethne? And I'm on the, so it goes through the 4 seasons in Ireland, just for anyone who's interested in like the Irish. It's not even climate, it's about like, you know, St. Bridget's Day, and you know, when spring starts in Ireland, because it's quite early, it's February, well, according to like St. Bridget's Day in Ireland, but obviously the temperatures change. But I don't know what, I'm only on page 196, but there was something, I'm on Bealtaine, which is the summer season, and it did say that the weather, so historically, I'd need to find the page, it said that the weather in Ireland is actually better, because it's something I've noticed over the past few years, is March and April we get like lovely sunshine. Now it wouldn't be warm, but like if you look at my garden videos from like March and April, I was having the great weather, and I actually said it in this book, like historically that gets better like sunshine. And June, July and August, like you wouldn't have amazing weather in Ireland like June, July and August. Like it's August, September, you get some lovely sunshine in September, but like yeah, that book kind of, I was like, oh, I have noticed that. Like June, July, I find it quite temperamental. Like the temperatures are there and the long evenings are there, but I do find it quite unpredictable. Anyway, here's my rant on the Irish weather. Irish people, we love talking about the weather. We love giving out about the weather. Weather is, I say the weather gets more viewers than the news does in Ireland. Anyway, that's it for this video. I will be doing more little things to my corner. That's all I could get done this week. I have a parasol coming. I want to assemble my fire pit. I want to zhuzh up that pot stand. I want to do something. There's like a bit of path that I want to power wash. I think I might stencil something, I don't know. So that's all I was able to get up to this week. But if you don't forget to subscribe, and you can check out my other recent videos and you can catch up and see what I have been doing. That is me for this week, and I'll see you in the next video.